best day of the week as a baker because it's the day I get to decorate everything I've been baking all week, okay? I am a baker, but that doesn't mean I love the baking aspect of my job, okay? I'm here for the decorations. I'm here for the creativity. And look at these cookies. This is why I do what I do. My first task of the day after writing out my to-do list was to finish all of these sugar cookies that I had decorated all night the night before. Look at this cookie. It's free-handed and I'm obsessed with it. I finished any marker details and gold luster dust details, and then I put cornstarch on all of the cookies so that the colors wouldn't bleed in the bag. And then I set those to the side for a second while I got my cold buttercream going in my mixer. I made all of this buttercream the day before in my last day in the life video. I put it in the fridge overnight, and then in the morning I let it thaw and then I re-whipped it. While it was re-whipping, I separated all of my Oreos because I was making an Oreo cake filling, which is very exciting. However, Betty was starting to make some noises. I think this was way too much buttercream for her to handle since it was still cold. It was like really stiff. So I went ahead and moved all of the buttercream over to Patty because I knew she could handle a bigger, colder batch of buttercream. We love a girl's workday, am I right, you guys? While Patty was going on the stir setting, I got Linda out to food process all of my Oreo cookies. I then melted the Oreo filling that I had separated earlier, added it to the buttercream, added some Oreo crumbles to the buttercream, and then I got this beautiful Oreo filling. It's so good. I was gonna start filling the cake soon, so I had to get my chocolate ganache going because that was going to be in a chocolate cake. And of course, you already know I had to film a slow-mo pour for you guys because they are just too satisfying not to. And then I wanted to show you guys kind of where I stop doing the stir setting for when I'm filling cakes. I like to keep it slightly thicker. Whenever I'm going to be frosting the cakes, I have the stir setting go a little bit longer so that it's ultra smooth. But I think for the filling, that's too silky. So I like to keep it a little bit more stiff. I got my turntable prepped, all of my layers out and ready to go, and then I started filling the cake. The first cake I was going to be filling was the black cocoa cake that I had baked the day before. It was the 8-inch heart cake. I added that Oreo filling, added some vanilla buttercream to the outside, scraped it, and it was good to go. Then I filled the chocolate cake with chocolate ganache and vanilla buttercream, and then I filled that vanilla raspberry cake that was going to be the second tier of the stitch cake. Then it was finally time to start frosting my cake. Side note, do you guys want like really long, uncut cake decorating videos? I feel like that would be really fun. Like, do you care about 10 minutes of just frosting a cake? I don't know, let me know. I did my fondant decorations for this Taylor Swift cake, which I think turned out so perfect. Here's a sneak peek of the cake I'm posting tonight. I finished that one, put both of those in the fridge to set for a little bit, and then I started heat sealing the cookies that I had finished earlier. At this point in the day, it was like 7:30. I was exhausted. I could not be bothered to cook, so I packed everything up, put it to the side or in the fridge, and then Michael and I went out to dinner. He treated me to BJ's Brewhouse. It was delicious. When we got back, though, I still had a lot to do, so I started boxing the cakes that I had already finished. I put those back in the fridge, and then I had to decorate all of these macarons that were due the next morning. My client wanted each macaron to have a cute little bow, so I hand painted gold bows on each one. I freaking love how those turned out, and then by the time I was done with that, I really felt like I needed to saran wrap everything so it wouldn't get that fridge taste. I rewrote my to-do list for everything I had to finish tonight and do the next morning. I made all of my fondant decorations for the cake I was doing the next day, which was the stitch cake that I already posted. I cleaned the kitchen, did the last load of dishes, took a shower, and then I went to bed with Michael. He waited up for me, which is so nice. I'll see you later for that cute cake. Okay, love you, bye!